Hi guys, welcome back to another timeless reading. This is filmed on Sunday, January 4th, 2026. Happy New Year to you and yours. However, you're celebrating Lunar New Year. Still, good time to be thankful. One thing they were showing me is the Seven of Wands taking the higher ground in a situation. It's like, honestly, this still feels like carryover energy. I'm going to be 100% of retrograde. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's like it never ended. This is the channel card I got at the beginning. So I'm just going to put it here in the middle, like we did last time. Kind of like when I do readings for people, personal readings. It's like sitting there and, it's like this is the energy that I feel for it. So that this like definitely pulling for which tarot card I was going to. I'm pulling from the Astrology Answers tarot cards. You can get this exact same deck off of AliExpress, off of Temu. The more it's like $20 Canadian on Temu for the big size, like the classic size tarot decks. So definitely I paid almost $100 for this deck Canadian with shipping, and it came all creased and everything. That's why I'm saying, like, some decks are worth investing into, but some of them it's just like, you know what I mean, like this one, especially if you could go to Astrology Answers, or you go on your search engine, Astrology Answers tarot deck meanings. They have the upright and the reverse position. So the more you keep practicing with it, the more you'll be knowledgeable with it. Sometimes there's certain ones that I don't pull a lot from, and it's just like, I would still need to pull up that definition. But they're showing like the Four of Pentacles. It's like, I feel like this is where Spirit has protected you. This is where I was talking about Amberland Tarot. I thought it was Amber in Wonderland Tarot, but it's Amberland Tarot. No numbers, her name's not scratched through it. She only has the one account, so definitely an amazing reader. But they're showing here, you know what I mean? Because with this super full moon, and we were going through that transformative energy with the winter solstice and the new moon, and it felt very heavy, and definitely a lot of energy attacks, definitely a lot of shadow. But it's just like I was sharing, like, for the first time in almost 9 years since Shane has transformed, it's like not having to be scared, not to sit there and be like, we have to move because of certain situations or anything like that. Yes, it would be nice to have more space, you know what I mean, but it's like we moved here to sit there and transform to the next level of things, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's perfectly imperfect, you know what I mean? So it's like not allowing people to manipulate you, not allowing people to manipulate your energy, you know what I mean? It's like learning lessons the first time and not repeating mistake after mistake after, like making you a fool is what they're saying. So, you know what I mean? It's like going along to get along, but it's like they showed you who that person was. And I am like livid, like, but I'm just like, let go and let God. Let God sit there, and I'm just like, don't waste your energy. Like, I'm ticked, but it's moving forward. They're showing the Two of Cups here. It's like surrounding yourself with people that do fill your cup, fire energy. Especially right now, it's winter, and it's like, they're showing the the moon card. I'm like seeing all these cards pop up, and I'm just trying to shuffle, you know what I mean? Because it's like I can't find it now, but the moon card, you know what I mean? And this is all about the wolf moon, which we just had yesterday at its most potent. And it's like sitting there, and it's like reestablishing boundaries, calling back in your tribe. So it's like everybody was celebrating the holidays, and it's like calling them back in, and it's like recalibrating, you know what I mean? Surrounding yourself with your tried and true. It's like, you know what? Like, I know someone was saying, like, I only have this one friend. And I said, one loyal friend. I'm like, you know what I mean? This one is still, you know what I mean? Still got their flaws, but we all got our flaws. No one's perfect. But, it's like, she is more valuable than 100 fake friends, is what I said to this person. And they're like, you're right. And I'm like, it's true. It's like, you guys have a good time together. You guys joke around. You guys are, same kind of energy. Yeah, that situation in a couple of times, But I'm like, now you know. So you know, she will find other people that will fit into that category. But I said, you know, I rather, like, you know what I mean? I'm very lucky for what I do because I have met a lot of like-minded soul sisters, soul brothers. You know what I mean? It's just like we're not always chitty-chatty with each other. Like, you know, there are some that I am chitty-chatty with, like, you know, a couple times a week or if not every day. And it's just like when we don't communicate, it's because, you know, you're busy at your job, you're busy with your family, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, just like, hey, how's it going? Like, you know, I haven't heard from you in a while. You know what I mean? Just want to touch base. But it's like with myself, I know particularly with one of my besties, it's just like I know how demanding her job is, and I'm just like, or you know, when she's with her kids, it's like, or her grandkids, I'm like, I know, like, you know, I'm not gonna blow up her phone. I'm like, I'd rather you put that time and energy into them. I can talk to you at any time. You know what I mean? I know how much that's where we're a lot alike, where it's like when we're with our kids, it's like, you know what I mean? That's our everything. And it's not to say she has no value in that. It's just we both understand that, you know, we're working, we're doing this, we're doing that. And it's just like when we are with our kids, like that's where we want to put our 100%, million percent energy, love, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Funny enough, they said pretend, right? Things keeping you up. I don't feel like so much keeping you up. I don't feel like you should let it keep you up. It's like, you know what? If things didn't work out, this is something that they were saying, like, God's purpose. And I'm not trying to sit there and push faith or anything onto you. You know what I mean? It's just like saying, like, you know, there's a purpose. There's a reason for certain things. And it's like when certain things aren't working out in our favor, it's like we are like, why? Why did it not work out? You know what I mean? Like they're saying, there's a rebirth in our life. 9/9. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like January feels like, you know, hopefully it doesn't this year, but last year definitely felt like it was like a year. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, like, why does January feel like 12 years? I'm like, you know, it's a longer month. It's like, you know, a lot of people start putting away their trees. A lot of people start, like, you know, we just took down our wooden menorah. We just got that this year. You know what I mean? And I like that we had that out. Because when we light our menorah for Hanukkah, I don't know if people just sit there and burn the candles until the prayers are done and blow them out. But we burn it all the way to the bottom. We let the candle just burn. And then we just keep adding to it and, you know, burning new candles every single day. Everyone's different, right? But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, and that's what I was reminding myself when I get in those, like, funky energies. It's like, sit there and it's the Yom Kippur, where there's certain songs, or it's just like, they're sitting there and they're just being together. You know, there's like movement, music, passages. It's just like, you know, knowledge, you know what I mean? Life experiences. It's like they're sharing all these wonderful moments, and it's like that's what really lights you up. And that's what life is about. It's like when we're feeling a certain way, go to those tried and true things, comedies or whatever it is that will bring you out of that, around your people. They were talking about, it was so weird. It's like I was doing my vision board, and this happened in 2016. And it's like taking a break from reading the Torah, taking a break from prayers and all this stuff. And it's like, well, it takes up a lot of time. I'm like, so does TikTok, and so does this, and so does, like, this is when you gotta really override that shadow energy, because it's like, whatever resonates with your soul, you know what I mean? It's like, you keep filling that vessel, you keep filling that cup. You know what I mean? Because it's just like when, you know, how many times have I cried to God, especially over the past 9 years, you know what I mean? Especially that first, you know, 3-4 years there, you know what I mean? Or anytime I'm uncertain, or you know what I mean? It's like God doesn't sit there, oh, so you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, good, bad, and the ugly. You gotta, whatever you believe in, your higher self, Yahweh, Yeshua, divine creator. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta constantly fill into that. I know when he passed, it's like I was quiet because I had no idea what to say. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is where this transformative energy is going to really try you to your core. Some of it's going to be misinformation. Some of it's going to, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why I'm like, you know, I know certain people will watch daily, some people won't, and it's fine. But it's like, whatever resonates with your soul, whatever resonates with you now, because that's why I put timestamps on it. It's like, okay, if this doesn't resonate, it's like, oh, I remember they said this. This is why when anyone that I come across that does tarot, that they say something that resonates with me, I will follow. Because it's just like, you know what I mean? That really, like Amber. You know what I mean? I'm like, I really love her energy. I really love her. Like, you know what I mean? She's just a very happy, positive vessel. You know what I mean? That's like, and I just came across another one last night. It was something official, or Webster official. I can't. I think it was like Charlotte or something like that. I'll have to look it up. It's the first time I ever came across her. But again, very authentic. What resonates with me is when I see them kind of looking off and like talking, because I do the same thing. It's like because you're channeling, it's like that's where the energy is pulling you to that part of the room, like certain corners of the room and stuff, and they're just sitting there and they're closing their eyes and they're just like in their mind's eye what they're seeing and what they're being told and what's being downloaded in that moment. I'm like, that's an authentic healer because they're in that channeled space, they're in that channeled energy, you know. So it's like they're at, you know what I mean? They'll pull like, the a weird card and they're like, oh, this means that. And it's like, that's not what it means. But maybe to you it does, but okay. And it has nothing to do with it. Look at that. 999. It's like, don't worry about the future. Do not future trip. Thank God Chris was kind enough to share this on the SIP with Ryland and Lizzie. And he was talking about going to therapy. You know what I mean? And he's like, they're like, what did you learn this week? Ryland was engaging with him. And he was like, she taught me not to future trip. I am so guilty of future tripping. I'm sitting there wondering what the kid's future is going to look like and this and that. Every parent does that. Every parent that gives a salt about their children freaking does that. Their partners, their friend. Well, you know what I mean? It's just like they worry enough for themselves. But praying for a positive future, for your friends, your loved ones, whomever it is. But it's like we do enough worrying for ourselves and our family, right? But it's just like sitting there and it's like, it's like, don't worry about it. Everything, like that gentleman says, life is going to turn out perfectly. All the right people are going to come into your life and all the wrong people are going to leave, talking about leisurely Sundays and wonderful dinners and traveling the world. And it's just like, keep putting even when you don't want to. I honestly wanted to lay down for a nap right now. I am tired. We had a huge ice storm. Power was out for 18 hours. And then it's like bitterly cold. It's minus 26 here. So it's Celsius. Fahrenheit, that's minus 13. It's starting to warm up. Thank God. It's minus 21 still. But it's like, it's better than minus 26. I'll take the little winds where I can get them. It's nice. As you can see, it's nice and sunny right now. You can feel the warmth of the sun coming through the window. So it's like, take the winds where you can. And it's just like, I feel like with the cups lining up, it's like recalibrating everything. It's like I have things on my list that I want to do during the winter months because, like, let's be honest, when it's like, 45 degrees out in a heat wave and there's forest fires, it's like, who the heck wants to be, doing these things? So it's just like little things like, wiping down the fan blades and, cleaning off the blinds, like, just doing a deep cleaning, the things that you don't want to do during a heat wave. You want to enjoy the months. And this is where I feel like it's like leaving behind false beliefs. And I feel like this is where it's like the full moon headed to the new moon. So it's going to be that heavier energy. And I feel like that's why with the cold and everything like that. But the light is returning to the earth, with the winter solstice. And it's just like, I feel like they're saying a win for you. I feel like it may not feel like a wind, not a wind, but, like where they're saying this 9 of Swords energy, the truth, you know what I mean? Or it's like the truth as you believe it. Because we know a lot of, like, it's in the darkness, the shadow energy. It's like, just because the shadow says things does not mean it's true, And that's where we learn those lessons. It's like, we've been here before. Look at that, the truth. Ace of Swords, as long as you're on the right side of things, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. King of Cups, filling your own cup. Literally yesterday, sitting there and I was like, let's get out shopping early. It's Saturday. Everybody's going to be out because the power was out, because we had a winter storm. We had New Year's right after that. So it's like, nobody has been in the shops because of all these things. It was a freaking zoo. I was just like, let's get out. I was like, let's go. Why didn't you call me? I'm like, I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? But it's like, I sat there and I'm like, I had like 2.5 hours. No, I started at 3. I had, 2.5 hours before I started. But it's just like, because I was waiting on this gel polish to come in because I was like, oh, it'll be more durable. It just, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I spent the time on my fingernails, filed them, made them look all pretty and everything like that. I was like, oh, those will be my nails before, I do Valentine's Day. And they it all came off. I was so pissed. I was like, whatever. It's okay. But I sat there and I'm like, I'm going to get myself a pedicure, like a real good pedicure. So I sat there and I took the time and, I got the dollar store, like, nail machines. I saw one on Temu that's um, a better one, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, sit there and invest into it. But I'm like, I'm going to start doing this where even if I don't have to change the polish, just going in there and just like cleaning everything up. And then I'm using, it's a balm. I think it's called, I'll bring it down one day, but it's like a slab, I guess you would say. And it's like really nurturing ingredients, especially if you have what they call strawberry skin, where I think Kim Kardashian's weight trainer had it, where she was telling her to use her body makeup because she suffers from psoriasis, so it would cover it. But she was like, "Oh, look, it covers it, right?" But it's like if you have that kind of skin, which I do, like where the pores are larger and stuff like that on your legs. That's why they call it strawberry skin. It takes that all away. So I put it on my feet yesterday, and I have socks on, so it's like this is the perfect time to do it in the winter, right? Because you're wearing layers of clothes, and then you're not sweating your butt off. And then putting it on your legs. So I put it on my feet are smell wonderful. They look wonderful. So I'm just like, and I always feel a certain way when I do, like, you know what I mean? I know people, it's like nice to get a leg massage and stuff like that. But I'm just like, sitting there and it's like going and, doing it myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm at home. I don't have to worry about going in this. Oh, it was so gross out yesterday. It was cold as heck. And then, it's all slushy and I'm just not a fan of winter. But look at that. All these cards on the bottom. 3 weeks time. This is changing. This is what I'm saying. Giving it time. Judgment. Paying attention. So I'm just saying, like, doing things for yourself. For me, self-love, filling your own cup. It, like, for me is like stuff like that. It's like, you know what? I got 2 hours. I'm watching a series on Netflix. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Runaway. It's based on a true story. It's a UK drama. They do such good dramas. Like, they know how to do dramas. Wentworth, Australian drama. They know how to make good TV. I tell you. But little things for yourself. Someone's showing, like, on a more masculine side, like, even if it doesn't matter if feminine, female, if this resonates with you, they're showing working on your truck. A lot of people are like, why? Because that's your zone. That is your zen. You turn off your brain and you got the music going, you're singing, and someone's working on a truck. They got the hook. Maybe you're revitalizing it or something like that. Or that's just you're like, you know what? I need to do an oil change. I could do it myself. It's nice out today. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's why I don't mind just that last winter storm, because of the ice storm. It's like a thick layer of ice, and it's like you're slipping and sliding all over the place. And then the snow fell on top of it, so it's just like you're sliding. It didn't compact down. It's starting to compact down now, but it's just like, it just made it more difficult. I felt like I was on one of those water boards, where you go boarding, those big long ones that you have, and you paddleboard, and it's just like, oh my gosh, my core is killing me. Same with my back, but it's just like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just keep moving on. Thank God for magnesium cream. But they're showing here a rebirth in your life. And it's like that. Let the rebirth happen. You know what I mean? Be patient. You know what I mean? All of us think because it's a new year, new me, New Year's resolution. Forget the resolutions. Do things that for longevity. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, like going outside. Like that's why I like shoveling, especially it's gorgeous like this outside. It's nice and warm. I have my long coat if it was windy. Thank God it's not. But going out there and I have, music playing in my head, or my kids are outside and they're playing songs that we like. And, all three of us split up the driveway and it's done in no time. You know what I mean? I always take the end of the driveway just to keep everyone safe, and they do the upper sides of the driveway. One takes the middle, one takes the one close to the back porch. And it's like working together as a team. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's what I mean. It's just like getting yourself out there in the fresh air, doing things that oxygenate your blood. The sun. What a positive, look at that beautifulness, you know what I mean? Self-love, because like how much have we been pouring into everyone's cup, especially over these holiday seasons. Empress, brand new beginning, a rebirth in your life. The sun, like ultimate beauty, leading to the summer. 3 weeks time, this will leave. Like things that we're clutching onto, and that's what's keeping us up at night, because we think that we have to have it all figured out, And we're walking away from these false beliefs. It's like, you know what? Live every day to the fullest. You don't have to figure it out in 1 second. You don't have to have, nobody's got it figured out as much as they think that is. And it's leaving these false beliefs as isolation, left out on the cold. It's like nobody's forgotten about you. It's just things are transitioning, things are moving. What is not meant for you is moving out of your path. You know what I mean? Like they were saying, like Amber sat there and one situation in which really upsetted me because I'm just like, you know what? It's not going to resolve anything. It's not going to solve anything. It's not, you know what I mean? If anything, it just makes me upset. It's like, you know, he's transitioned. You know what I mean? Thank God that didn't happen. I'm not going to put my energy into it. This is where you show growth. Where we used to sit there and, you know, feel and deep dive and feel situations. It's like no longer giving our energy freely to stupidness. It's like it didn't happen by the grace of God. Thank God for that. And just keep moving forward. This is the situation it is now. This is the here. This is the now. I'm putting my energy into who's here and who's now, who's present. We'll end on the judgment card, and it's like being open, like they were saying, like this is a season right now of miracles. So small things, small wins, small quote unquote. It's like don't overlook any blessing. A blessing is a blessing, period. Because it's like kind of like Better Call Saul. We can make it 0. We can always make it 0, and it's like no, don't thank you. I'll take whatever blessing you're bringing in here. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, being patient. Yes, we want, anytime we manifest anything, we want it to happen tomorrow. Anytime we manifest or pray for someone, you know what I mean? Like, literally, a bunch of us prayed for a situation, and they're like, no, nothing happened. I'm like, give it time. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even been 24 hours. Like, cool your jets, you know? But it's just like being open to vivid dreams. If you're able to write them down, keep a pen, a paper beside your bedside and write it down if you're able to. I read in such chicken scratch, I don't even understand it sometimes. I'm like, huh? What the hell was that? It's like I wrote it down, but I don't understand it. Maybe you weren't supposed to understand it, right? But it's just like, pay attention to things that stand out to you. So your favorite healers, you know what I mean? Your For You page, whatever it is. It's like certain things are going to stand out. Take a screenshot of it. If you're able to make a note, this is how I felt about this. You know what I mean? And it's like you could go back to it and it's like, how did it happen? They're saying 3 weeks time. And it's like letting go of that. Stop white knuckling life. It's like let it go. You know what I mean? Sit there and see how things will transform. See how things are going to change. See how it's pulling you forward. How is this changing? How is you know what I mean? How are things evolving? You know, it is going to be a long month, so just take it easy. We're almost through the first week of, you know, January. We're heading into the first full week. Well, partial. This is a half week. So heading into the first full week of January, it's like just take it easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's not white knuckle life. Be patient. Let things happen. Do something for yourself out of self-love. Yeah, we can lay down and nap if we're tired because my back is definitely sore, but it's like sitting there and investing in yourself. You matter too. You've been investing into everybody else all holiday season. Now it's in time to invest into yourself. Recharge, rejuvenate. If you're able to, do little things every single day, or every other day or every weekend, whatever you have time for. You know what I mean? Like I said, cleaning off the fan blades, sitting there and I'm doing a deep clean on the blinds and stuff like that. Just do little things for yourself and you will see how that's going to really change the energy around your home and in yourself. So may the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next one.